Okay, so once you've downloaded the Excel file and you've opened it in Excel, it should look like this. So what we're going to want to do next is start filling in each of the column titles. So our first column that we're going to fill in is column E, and we want to put in percent of fat by weight. So you can either manually click and right click and hit copy, and then click that cell and right click again and paste. Alternatively, you can go ahead and use Control C to copy and Control V to paste. If you're using a Mac, you'll need to use Command C and Command V to perform that same operation. So now I've labeled this first column. And what I'm going to want to do is continue down each of my subsequent columns, labeling them as the lab manual tells us. Okay, so we're just going to copy and paste these in. And you would continue down this row, all right? Once you've filled all of those in, you can go ahead and start performing calculations with Excel. So the way that we want to do this for our first column is we're going to be calculating percent of fat by weight, all right? So we need to think of a formula that will help us do that, all right? And this is given in the lab manual, so I'll just walk you through how to do this. So when we want to have Excel tell us a formula, you are going to click the equal sign, and that's going to tell Excel immediately, hey, we're going to be doing a calculation, all right? So for percent of fat by weight, what we're going to want to do is divide the fat, okay? So the fat is in column C, right? So this says total fat here. And you're actually going to click on the cell, and that's going to highlight it. And so you know that you've got the correct cell clicked because it's highlighted there. And then we're going to divide it by the total weight, okay? So that's the serving size mass here, all right? So I've got cell C2 divided by cell B2, all right? And then I'm just going to multiply that using the asterisk by 100 so that we're going to get it in a percentage, all right? And then I'm going to hit enter, and Excel is going to give us the percent by weight, all right? And then what we're going to want to do is tell Excel to perform that same operation all the way down our column. So we'll just click in the corner here, and we'll drag all the way down to the bottom, and it's actually going to fill in that calculation for each of our rows according to the fat and the serving size for each of our fast food sandwiches here. So now that I have this calculated, I can move on to each subsequent column, and I'm going to need to come up with a formula for each of them to calculate whatever is prescribed in that column. So for instance, with column F, we would want to know what are the calories per gram of serving, okay? So they tell us the total calories in column D, and we also have the gram of serving, okay? So that's the serving size in grams. So we are going to want to use these two columns to perform an operation here, all right? And you'll go ahead and come up with formulas for the rest of the columns.